Why securing your financial future is one of the most empowering things you can do. Because true financial freedom isn't about extravagant lifestyles, it's about flexibility, security, and the freedom to live intentionally. In the Algebra of Wealth, Scott Galloway explains how you don't need insider knowledge or guesswork to build real wealth. With a simple algebraic model, he shows how regular people can attain financial independence and maintain it with clarity and calm. If you've ever felt intimidated by investing or unsure where to start, this book removes the mystique. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about making the math and habits work in your favor. Chapter 1, The Wealth Equation, a simple formula with transformative power. Galloway's central formula provides the structure for the entire book. Wealth equals assets times time, debts. Each part matters, but time is the exponential game changer when used wisely. Let's unpack the elements. 1. Assets, the engine of financial growth. Assets are things you own that produce value. Index funds, ETFs. Galloway prioritizes these as low cost, diversified, steady long-term investments. Real estate, owning property can generate both monthly income and potential appreciation. Business equity, owning a business or having a stake is powerful. Your time becomes someone else's income. Alternative assets, art, collectibles. Crypto, they have potential upside, but high risk and less liquidity. Key insight out of all these. Galloway stresses building habits around stable, broadly diversified investments, especially index funds, where compounding works best. 2. Time, the real multiplier. Galloway uses relatable scenarios to highlight why starting early is critical. Investing $50/month from age 25 yields far more than $200/month starting at age 35. Even small contributions, given decades to grow, compound significantly. Letting your money sit and grow instead of frequently trading drives wealth up over time. He underscores that missing the early decades is costly, not just in dollars but in lost flexibility and opportunity. 3. Debts, the wealth subtractor. High-interest debt is the compound interest enemy. Student loans, credit card balances, and car loans subtract from your wealth. Galloway recommends targeting high-interest debt first to remove this drag on your financial equation. While investing is powerful, it rarely outpaces the costliest debt. He urges clearing those obligations before aggressive investing. Chapter 2, Growing Your Assets, one practical step at a time. With the formula in place, Galloway drills into the assets component. Index funds and ETFs mimic the broader market, typically with less risk. Low fees mean more money stays invested. Historically, the S&P 500 averages around 7–10% per year. Real estate. Rental properties offer dual income, cash flow, and equity growth. Passive REITs can provide real estate exposure without the burden of management. Galloway suggests investing sparingly in areas you understand. Business equity. Launching or buying a stake in a business trades time and energy for ownership. This is inherently active wealth building, but when done well, can generate ongoing profit. Alternative. Crypto, collectibles, art, they're interesting but volatile. Galloway advises allocating only a small percentage of your portfolio to these high-risk options. Chapter 3, Harnessing Time, the subtle art of compounding. This chapter emphasizes starting immediately and staying consistent. Time in the market beats timing the market. Don't wait for dips or corrections, just stay in. Dollar cost averaging helps smooth out market ups and downs. Reinvesting gains adds fuel to the compounding fire over decades. Galloway drives home the point. The single most important tool in your financial toolbox is time. Chapter 4, Strategies for your asset plan. Here's how to apply the assets times time principle with intention. 1. Set clear contribution plans. Automate transfers, have 10–15% of income dedicated to investment monthly. Let your portfolio grow without emotional interference. 2. Throttle expense ratios. Choose low-cost funds, 0.03–0.10% fee range. High fees are the silent killers of long-term returns. 3. Maintain diversification. Spread investments across index funds, bonds, and REITs. Rebalance occasionally to stay aligned with risk tolerance and milestones. 4. Start small, then scale. Even $50/month matters, especially early on. Chapter 5. Avoiding Debt, Financial Freedom Roadblocks. Debt can rapidly erode your compounding power, Galloway recommends. Negotiation is powerful. Refinance or seek lower interest rates. Prioritize high-interest bills first. Spend deliberately, save for things you value, delay the rest. Consider a debt freeze. Don't add to debt until current balances are paid. He frames monthly debt payments as de facto costs on your future self, not something to be taken lightly. Chapter 6. Income, your launchpad for wealth. Growing your earnings can amplify your asset-building efforts. Specialize skills that raise your market value over time. Side hustles convert spare time into future asset contributions. Passive income streams like royalties or online courses can complement investing. Galloway emphasizes that both income and assets fit into the formula. Each factor multiplies the other when used smartly over time. Chapter 7. Lifestyle Design, Spending Doesn't Have to Die. Wealth is not about deprivation, it's about purposeful living. Use a budget anchored in living waves, pay yourself first, and delay discretionary spending. Allow fun money to enjoy life while staying on track. Think, does this purchase reflect your values? Income and assets fund the life you want. Chapter 8. Building the Wealth Habit. To build real wealth, Galloway offers a 7-point habit framework. 1. Start early, even small allocations matter. 2. Automate everything, payments, investments, savings. 3. Educate yourself, know how indexes and markets actually work. 4. Seek low fees, fees compound against you. 5. Live below your means, spend intentionally. 6. Pay down high-interest debt fast and methodically. 7. Monitor and rebalance check-in quarterly. These are practical, sustainable habits, especially when paired with discipline and intent. Chapter 9. Insurance, Protecting the Foundation. Before you build up, make sure the foundation is secure. Galloway emphasizes financial resilience. What happens if things go wrong? 1. Emergency funds. Aim to save 3-6 months of essential expenses. Park it in high-yield savings. Not the market, it's for emergencies, not investments. This buffer gives you the confidence to take calculated risks. 2. Insurance essentials. You don't need every policy out there, but you do need the right protection. Health insurance, non-negotiable. One accident can wipe you out. Disability insurance, often overlooked, but vital especially if your income supports others. Term life insurance, affordable and straightforward. Skip whole life unless you're ultra-wealthy. Umbrella policies, protects against liability lawsuits that exceed auto home policies. Galloway's advice, don't overinsure your stuff, overinsure your future. Chapter 10. Taxes, the hidden drag on growth. Understanding taxes is not just for the wealthy, it's for anyone serious about financial independence. 1. Use tax-advantaged accounts. 401k/era. Pre-tax growth equals sign more money working for you. Roth IRA, pay taxes now, grow tax-free forever, especially smart in early earning years. HSA, triple tax-advantaged, tax-deductible. Grows tax-free and withdrawals for health are untaxed. 2. Long-term gains, short-term trades. Hold assets longer than a year for lower capital gains rates. Frequent trading equals sign higher taxes and lower net returns. 3. Tax loss harvesting. Sell losing investments to offset gains, reducing your taxable income. Then reinvest in similar assets to keep your portfolio aligned. Galloway's tip. The wealthy don't cheat taxes, they master them. Chapter 11. The Psychology of Wealth, it's not all math. A major threat to building wealth isn't inflation or taxes, it's us. Our impulses, fears, and egos often sabotage our best financial intentions. 1. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Getting a raise, great, don't instantly increase your spending. Keep your cost of living modest and use raises to invest more. 2. Delay gratification. Wealth is built by consistently saying not now to certain things. You don't need the newest phone, car, or vacation every year. 3. Don't compare. Galloway warns against peacocking and keeping up with Instagram lifestyles. Real wealth is often quiet, lived modestly without flash. 4. Resist panic. When markets drop, don't sell. Galloway shows historical charts where the worst losses are often followed by the best gains. He writes, "Your temperament during a crisis is more important than your portfolio allocation." Chapter 12, Behavioral Finance Traps, Outsmarting Yourself. We make poor decisions when emotions take the wheel. Galloway outlines the most common mental traps and how to fight back. 1. Overconfidence bias. Thinking you can beat the market usually means you'll underperform it. Even experts fail to time the market consistently. Stick to passive index funds. Remove ego from the equation. 2. Recency bias. Recent gains or losses skew your view of what's normal. This leads to selling low or chasing risky trends. Focus on long-term averages, not what happened last week. 3. Loss aversion. People fear losses more than they value gains. This causes paralysis and missed opportunity. Automate decisions to remove emotion. Stay the course. Chapter 13, Scams, Schemes, and False Gurus. Galloway doesn't hold back here. He calls out what he sees as toxic financial advice flooding social media. Crypto bros, pump and dump schemes. MLMs and day trading grifts all get spotlighted. He's clear if someone's getting rich fast. They're probably getting rich off you. How to stay safe. Don't follow gurus who flaunt wealth instead of teaching substance. Trust boring, time-tested principles. Ask, does this person benefit from me taking action? Chapter 14, Money and Meaning, Why It's All Worth It. So what's the point of all this financial freedom? Galloway returns to the idea of freedom of choice. Time wealth equals choosing your days, your projects, your people. Financial independence means you don't have to tolerate toxic bosses, burnout, or bad relationships just to survive. He believes wealth is a platform for better relationships, creativity, and legacy, not just consumption. Chapter 15, Real Wealth Journeys, Models to Follow. To bring his ideas to life, Galloway shares a few archetypes of quiet millionaires. 1. The consistent investor. Started at 25, invested in index funds monthly. Retired at 55 with a 7-figure portfolio. Never made more than $80K/year. 2. The side hustler. Built a freelance business in evenings. Used profits to buy rental properties over 15 years. Quit their 9-to-5 and now manages passive income full-time. 3. The low spender. Lived frugally, focused on saving 30–40% of income. Retired early and travels the world on a modest but steady budget. Chapter 16, The Algebra of Earning More. Before you invest money, you need money. And for most people, the biggest lever is increasing your income. 4 variables for higher earnings. 1. Talent. Galloway says don't chase passion blindly. Instead, figure out what you're good at and build from there. Passion is what you bring to what you do well. 2. Education. Get certified in what the market values. Formal education helps, especially STEM, business and healthcare, but lifelong learning matters more. If you want to make more, learn more. 3. Geography. Talent clusters, tech in San Francisco, media in NYC, etc. Galloway says go where the action is early in your career, even if it's expensive. The city taxes you with rent, but pays dividends with opportunity. 4. Networking. Who you know shapes your career. Be helpful, curious, and generous, especially before you need anything. Success doesn't go to the best, it goes to the best connected. Chapter 17, Career Capital, Play Long Games. Galloway wants us to treat our career like an investment portfolio. ROI on work. Early in your career, focus on skills and relationships, not money. Don't optimize for salary in your 20s, optimize for learning and exposure. The worst job with the best mentor is better than the best job with no growth. Build leverage. Seek roles that teach you sales, product operations, and people management. These roles give you skills to run things later. Career capital equals rare plus valuable skills times strong network. The more capital you build, the more freedom you earn. Chapter 18, Risk When and How to Bet Big. Most people take too little risk when they're young, and too much when they're old. Take calculated risks when you can recover. In your 20s and 30s, you can afford to fail. Start that business, change industries, move across the country. The regret of not trying is far worse than the regret of failure. But Galloway is clear. Don't risk the base of the pyramid. Never gamble with food, housing, or health. Smart risk framework. Ask these before making a bold move. What's the upside? Can I afford the downside? What's my unfair advantage here? Am I solving a real problem? If the upside is asymmetric and the downside is survivable, go for it. Chapter 19, Equity. Get a piece of the action. Owning a piece of a growing business is the fastest path to wealth. Own, don't just earn. Wages alone won't make you rich. Equity stocks, real estate, shares in a company is what builds wealth. Work for equity early. Early startups may not pay much, but equity can be worth millions. If you believe in the company and founders, it might be worth trading salary for upside. Caveat: be careful trading cash for promises. Ask how many exits they've had, not how many ping-pong tables. Side hustles and small business. Start something of your own. Freelancing, e-commerce, writing. Coaching. Many options today require near zero startup capital. Even small cash flow businesses, like a profitable YouTube channel, can compound into long-term assets. Chapter 20, Building Generational Wealth. Galloway reminds us wealth isn't just about you. It's about giving your kids and grandkids a platform, not a parachute. Leave skills, not just cash. Teach your kids how to earn, save, invest, and give. Model responsible wealth-building behavior. An inheritance without wisdom is a curse. Estate planning basics. Get a will seriously. Use trusts for large estates to avoid probate and reduce taxes. Choose executors who are both trustworthy and competent. Invest in education. 529 plans, UTMA accounts, or just investing in their curiosity. Education creates mobility, assets just maintain it. Chapter 21, Wealth is a habit, not a number. Galloway closes the book by reminding us that money alone won't save you. The same habits that make you rich, discipline, consistency, humility, are also the ones that make you fulfilled. Wealth habits. Automate your savings. Live below your means. Reinvest your gains. Be generous, especially with time and mentorship. Focus on assets, not status. Wealth is what you don't see because you didn't spend it. Galloway's last advice. Wealth isn't the goal, it's the means to a richer life in every sense. If this summary helped you, like, comment, and subscribe to grow reads.